God is the very foundation of love. When I first dedicated myself to Him, I believed I was living out that love, always helping, giving, and acting selflessly. I thought that serving others meant I was walking in God's love. However, as I continued my spiritual journey and faced increasing trials, I realized that I needed to understand the Holy Spirit's guidance in my own life first. Only then could I truly support others. This realization was humbling and challenged my assumptions about what it meant to love authentically. Beneath my outward acts of service, I discovered I was an angry Christian, harboring resentment about my life, my upbringing, and how others had treated me. I struggled to recognize the gifts God had placed within me, and I carried a heavy burden of hurt. Yet over time, as I confronted my anger and pain, I began to discover the true depth of love that God intended for me. Each step toward healing revealed more of His grace, and I learned that embracing the Holy Spirit's guidance leads to genuine transformation and hope. There were moments when someone would wound me so deeply that I would break down in tears. And in those moments, God would whisper, "Can you love them anyway?" Because I didn't yet understand His heart, and honestly didn't want to, I would answer, "No." Did you see what they did to me? Absolutely not. For years, that was my response. But as life brought heavier trials, God had to pull me through emotionally. He began peeling back layers of anger I had learned to live with. Walking in a prophetic calling means facing hit after hit, day after day, and those blows became my training ground. They brought me to a place of such brokenness that when God asked again, "Can you love them anyway?" This time with deeper offenses weighing on me, I found myself crawling to the altar saying, "God, I can't. But if you teach me, I know I can learn." Just like Job, God allowed things in my life to fall away until I realized He was all I had left. He had to remove my hardened heart to give me a new one. The trials didn't stop, they intensified, but in my brokenness, I humbled myself before Him. Even as a minister, I had no shame walking to the altar week after week because I desperately needed God to rebuild me. After years of God asking the same question, "Can you love them anyway?" I finally reached a place of true humility. I said, "God, I don't know how to love them, but if you give me your heart, I know I can." And from that moment forward, the love He placed in me has been pure. I share this testimony to remind you that healing is a process. God removes things from us and then deposits new things within us. This is how we grow in relationship with Him. This is how He broke me down and rebuilt me into who I am today. I pray this encourages someone walking through their own journey of healing and surrender.